What's up, guys? It's Jules. Time for another Stitch with Me video. Video. It is June 1st. Woohoo! June. Oh, man. Alright, it's Boba Fett, if you couldn't already tell. Working on some Boba Fett today. I have done so much cross-stitch already in the last couple of days that I am super excited to show you my progress in the next video. And, I've got a lot done. I did a lot on Ronnie Rowe. I did a lot on E Pluribus Unum. I worked on... I found the Reaper floss chart, so got that done for the week. And worked a bunch on it last night and a little bit this morning, so I'm making good progress on that. And so now I got this one going. I found everything I needed for the dog's drool project, so I'm going to work on that a little later. Got some work on the dachshund done, but still want to get a little bit more done on that. I got to organize some. Got in the new organizers for the cross stitch too. I'm going to show you guys that in the next weekly update. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a great new organization tool for me that will cut down on the amount of floss that I need. And hold on, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. And it'll cut down on that, but it'll also, it'll just be so much better. So much better. In terms of just being able to find things more quickly. So I'll probably shoot that video. I'll probably just shoot that video today and show you guys. But I'm real happy with it, and I haven't finished it. I still got other things that I gotta organize with it, but it's definitely something that is gonna, I hope it's gonna really speed up my stitching and cut down on some of my frustrations with not being able to find certain colors, things like that. So, but later this morning, my husband's out checking the bees right now, making sure everything is okay with those guys. And then we're gonna go out and run some errands. Need to grab a new filter for a couple of the fish tanks, and then I need to get in there and there's a new Hobby Lobby pretty much moved in this one area. There's a couple of Hobby Lobbies in the near vicinity, but specifically there is a I'm just looking here. There is a new one that kind of, well, it's not new, it just moved, and it moved into a bigger location, and I need to finally go get some floss and really just do a final organization. And so, and I gotta say, I gotta pull all my stuff out and look at it, because I'm almost getting to a point where I want to start something new, which is kind of ridiculous because I just started dachshund, but and I haven't really been working on baseball. Maybe baseball just needs to be my so-called new project. But I'm going to have some time coming up here when I finish dogs, well, not time, but I'm going to have room in the rotation once I finish the dog's drool and E Pluribus Unum. And when the Ronnie Rowe piece is done, what do you guys think? Should I take a break from Ronnie Rowe for just a little bit? And because I've got the capital that I can start on. And there's a big part of me that just wants to get started on it. But on the other hand, it's like, should I give that? Because that might be my very last Ronnie Rowe that I get to do. So should I just jump into it and just get it all done? Or should I kind of be a little bit more mindful and maybe work on a few other smaller pieces that I have first? I don't know. Part of me, I really want to start that New York City, the Scarlet Quince project that I have. I was looking at that again this morning, and I'm like, ooh. I'm not sure. Not sure. I really need to look closely at the pattern. Because it's blended threads, so it will take a bit longer. I'm not sure. But I am like way into the cross stitch now. I'm super excited about it, and I think it's going to be awesome. All the dogs feel like barking today. I've left the dogs out downstairs because, you know, it's the weekend. They need to run around a little bit. But the dogs next door have been a little loud as of late. So it's not all fun and games. That's that color on this page, and we skip to the next page. I'm pretty much doing like, this is literally this is like 2 pages on the cross stitch. And so it's like this is 1 page, and then that's 1 page. And so, and this goes way out over here. And even when I'm done today, I think I'm going to take some time to kind of do a little bit, just, you know, take about half an hour, do some stuff over here, just get a good start on some of that stuff. But I'm going to tie this off. I got to go way over. Look how messy this is on the back, guys. This is so messy. And you see my table's a mess. I needed a new, I think I told you guys, I need a new stand. My stand broke last week when I was setting up for the stitch with me. And unfortunately, I forgot to order one until a couple days ago, so it's not coming until tomorrow. And while I could have waited and done this tomorrow, I wanted to make sure that I got it done. I want to get it up today. And honestly, because I got hockey playoffs tonight, we got Stanley Cup finals, and my brain is going to be all about hockey later. So I can't get too crazy now. I can't get too crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but I can't get too crazy. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doopy. But anyway, so I'm going to be looking forward to getting a new stand and everything, because what I'm using right now is not my favorite thing to use. It's a little awkward. Well, everything's always been a little awkward, but it's like even more awkward now. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I'm getting hungry, but I'm going to try and like not eat so that I'm ready for lunch, because lunch is going to be the wing wagon place, or just wings today. I get the buffalo wings, which are pretty good flavored buffalo wings. I'm all over the place with this stitch. And this is a little awkward. Is this awkward? Awkward. Here we go. All right. Just had to. Again, it's just awkward from the standpoint of it's a little further away from me than I normally stitch. So anyway, so we got some wings ahead of us today, and I want to make sure I can eat them. Well, I know I can eat them. I don't know why I feel like I've got to make a special thing about it, because I don't. And the dog's outside teasing my dogs inside. Fargo is the Chihuahua Supreme who thinks he has to, you know, he's the big man on campus around here. Just got to tell everybody. Coco starts barking, and she's just kind of clueless, so she doesn't always know why she's barking. She's probably just barking because my husband's not here. That he's her favorite person, and if she's out and he's not around, she's just like, what do I do? What's going to happen? So, get a bit organized. I think the goal for the rest of the week will be to finish that Old World Map 2 page. I think that is what I need to focus on, both in making sure that I get all the. I already have all the numbers of the colors that I can't find, and I know well, for the most part, I know I have all those colors, because I did throw away quite a few in the Great P Gate, as someone so awesomely described. So I know I have some of those. So I don't necessarily need to go in and get a ton of them, get a ton of colors. I just want to make sure that I don't leave one behind, you know? Hold on, I'm just double checking my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that doesn't look right, kids. That doesn't look right. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that would be why. Naha. Having a hard time seeing the back of, seeing the holes on this because I got it held up and the background is very light. We went to a new food truck yesterday, one that we had heard about. It's a fish and chips food truck, and it's got to be the most popular one around. Now, the thing that's so funny about it is that these guys are smart in some ways, in that I think there must be like 4 different like trucks, because if you go on their website or their Facebook page, they talk about like they're going to be in Utah and they're going to be in Wyoming and all these different things. And it's not the same truck because like there's 4 trucks someplace on like yesterday or whatever. So, but they travel like so far wide around the Denver area that they only get down to our neck of the woods like maybe once a month. And they've been doing it for the last couple months, or I don't know how long for sure. We've been missing them though. We haven't like seen them and whatnot. And obviously there is quite the following, because when we went over there yesterday after work and we were gonna, you know, grab something and sit down and eat it, but there was like no room where the food truck was, and there was like I think it took like 20-25 minutes to get our food totally, because the line was like 10 people deep, and at all times. And then you had to, you know, wait around for, you know, they're cooking as fast as they can, but there's just such an interest. And so, and it was good. Was it as good as Skagway? No, it wasn't as good as Skagway, because they use Alaskan cod. So cod is good. Cod is not halibut. And it wasn't like, it might have been frozen at one time. It wasn't like super ridiculously fresh. But that being said, still some of the best fish and chips that you can get in the Denver area, because there's not a lot of great fish and chips place around here. Now, if I was going to recommend a place, I would actually recommend GB's, which is kind of a, I don't want to say franchise, because I don't know where else they are outside of Denver, but they have 3 or 4 locations here in Denver. And GB's, we always thought GB stood for Great Britain, but it actually stands for Great Batter. And it is really great batter. It is great batter, and it was great fish, and fries are pretty good. So that's all good. All right, I think we're done with this color for now. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, wop, wop. Sounds like the Danny DeVito's penguin character from one of the one of the Batmans from way back. All right, let me put this down here for a second, and I am just going to highlight. If I can find my highlighter. There it be. I tell you guys, I use these Sharpie clickables. So nice. I don't like get my highlighters chewed up anymore, and I don't get and these things last forever. So I really like them a lot. Doopy 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 doopy. It's time to get things started. It's time to have some fun. Da 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 da. Almost ready done. Boom boom boom. My husband loves the Muppets, so he invariably like watches occasional YouTube, and so it sticks in my head too. It's time to get things started. I mean, come on. It's talking about like a great theme song for a TV show. I mean, how can you not love It's Time to Get Things Started? All right, what number is this? This is 797. And so what? Let me put my little key here. All right. Baba hum, baba hum. All right. It's in the shadow. In the shadow. Here we go. And here we go. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with Crisco here. Baba hum, baba hum, baba hum. Woof, woof. Bum, bum, bum. I watched the movie, what was it called? Wind River the other day. It's a drama. It's a little bit of a murder suspense thing. It's Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen. It was really good. Very, very good. I'm not one usually for, I don't want to say like violent movies. I mean, that's kind of, you know, it's not that violent, but I mean, it kind of is, but it deals with mature themes. But I actually got all the way to the end. I was like, oh, I don't watch movies very much anymore. I don't, I'm not sure exactly like how to describe it. I used to be such a movie buff. I would watch old movies and all these different things. And I'm looking back and forth, trying to figure out where my next bit is. But I don't know, I've fallen out of that. I've fallen out of that patience level that one needs to, you know, to sit for an hour and a half, 2 hour movie. If I'm not in the theater, I don't know. I used to watch movies over and over and over and over, and I've totally gotten out of that. I mean, for the most part, I still watch like Thor Ragnarok a lot. I love that movie. That's good background, you know, stuff. But, but it's not. I don't know. So I downloaded an audiobook again from Hoopla. I love Hoopla. And the sad thing was I was ready to start an audiobook like about 5 days ago. But I had downloaded a bunch of things the beginning of May and had downloaded like 4 or 5 things for the trip, thinking that I might like listen to books while I was doing that. And I just never did. But there's like a limit. There's like a download limit on how much you can do per month. It's like, I think it's like 8 titles or something, which is more than enough if you were listening, because there's no way I can like listen to 8 audiobooks in a month. I mean, I'd have to like listen all night to them every night, but anyway, so I had to wait like 4 or 5 days. So I just downloaded again the I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a nonfiction story about a nonfiction book about the first code breakers, and how one of the best in the very beginning was a woman. who got like, who was married to another code breaker, and he tended to get like all the praise for work that they did together, of course. And so anyway, so it's pretty interesting. I think I might have mentioned this to you guys before, because it's like she went to school, she went to college like back in I don't know, the 19 teens or 1920s or something, and for like English literature. And she was, sorry, I'm just looking at what else, what's the next bit here? What's the next bit? And so she's a big fan of Shakespeare and whatnot. And there's this like conspiracy theory that I'm not sure if it's ever truly been debunked or not, that somebody else wrote Shakespeare's works. It was another author that, and there's all these like supposedly like hidden codes within Shakespeare's works to prove that it was somebody else. And anyway, so this other person was trying to figure it out, and somehow she got wrapped up in that. And then I think from there it progresses to just code breaking in general. But I haven't gotten terribly far. I've only gotten about 2 hours into the book. I've got about 8-10 hours or so to go. So after I get done with this, I'm going to flip on some headphones and put it on and listen to it while I'm stitching, doing some other things. So yeah, so hope it's good. Hope it's good. All right, I'm going to highlight here for a second. So let's take a look at Boba Fett. I'm not a big fan of the fact that they're going to make a Boba Fett movie for Star Wars. I just feel like he's not that big of a deal. Heresy, right? I mean, some people would say that. I'm like, well, I mean, honestly, he didn't like Han Solo, so I got to imagine that the new Han Solo guy is going to show up in the Boba Fett movie. I'm just thinking, couldn't you guys find something else? I mean, Rogue One was fantastic in that they really fleshed out an awesome story. And, I mean, just did a great job with it. But I just feel like right now, I'm like, I don't know if you guys are really doing the right... I feel like they're waiting for the new trilogy to sort of expand the universe, and then they're going to make more movies about the expansion, but I don't know. I just don't know. It's, I don't know. I don't want to get too crazy about it. I can't get too crazy about it. So I'm going to see if I can put anything in this second page here down. But it's time to get things started. All right, I'm just trying to find my thingy thing. My thingy thing. Don't. I was so happy when I found that Reaper color chart thing, and I was so happy when I found the rest of the Dog's Drool project, and it's just good news all around for that stuff. Pretty good news. It's a beautiful day. Do cross stitch. Today is a good day to cross stitch. I'm just trying to figure it out. Boom, 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 boom. Got Toto in my head. Boom, 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 boom. What am I doing? What am I doing, people? I'm totally off. I'm totally and completely off kilter here. I have jumped the shark, so to speak. Oh, let's talk about aquarium stuff. Actually, you know what? Let me pause it here for a second. Oh, a little bit of a jarring change there. But I decided I needed to switch things up just a smidge. And I need to get a new thing of floss here so I can do a little better job with this. Okay. Okay, I'll get to the fish story here in just a second. Well, it's not my fish story, but it's a fish story. So, you guys ever seen lionfish? I saw my first like real up close look at a lionfish when we were at the Seattle Aquarium, and it was. Sorry guys, I can't show you this super close because of the way I gotta hold it. But you know, they're gorgeous, multicolored fish, usually kind of an orange brownish kind of thing with maybe some white and cream or something like that. And they're native to the South Pacific. They can be somewhat poisonous, and apparently somebody who's not very smart and who didn't think ahead apparently dumped lionfish into off the coast of Florida, maybe about 30 years ago. It was about when scuba divers started noticing them there. And because there's no way they can migrate up. They've never done it before, and there's just no way they would migrate like that. And so, so the downside is that they're voracious eaters and they're prolific breeders. So they have pretty much gone in and done a lot of damage to local fish populations along the coast of Florida, which has hurt the coral in that area because they're eating the algae eaters, and they don't seem to have any kind of natural predators in that area. So they're just they've just multiplied like crazy, and they're eradicating whole species of fish because they eat like half their body weight in fish like every single day. So they have started, you know, so one of the things that the Florida wildlife and whatnot, or the fish and wildlife, is trying to do is they're actually trying to encourage people to actually develop a taste for lionfish. It does taste different, supposedly, but they're trying to turn it into kind of like a delicacy, and it's working to some degree because there are restaurants who will pay, or even just individual people who will pay a lot of money to get some lionfish to eat. So that's good, and it's preventing the numbers from just escalating through the roof and just taking over. But it's still just, all it's doing is controlling the numbers. It's not really bringing them down. So they've been having like these fishing derbies where people go in and you just go, you know, scuba divers mostly go in and find them and just kill them and bring them up. And so it's not, you know, if you think it's like, well, that's just not very nice, you know, and kill, you know, these fish are not meant to be in this part of the world, and they are greatly upsetting the natural balance of things. And the important thing is, you know, we need the coral, and we need the fish that protect the coral, and so it's just, you know, it's a constant thing there. So, you know, they don't, you know, they swim individually, and they like to hide in like little caves and sometimes, and because of that, you can't like drag a net and get like, you know, 50 lionfish. You have to go down individually and get them, and they can be as deep as like 1,000 feet. So it's labor intensive, and while I'm sure some people do it because of the money that they can make, it's also, there's not enough people doing it, so that's unfortunate. But so then I started watching more videos about lionfish, and so I actually saw a grouper, which is like a big, huge, it's a kind of a decent sized fish, and it has a very wide open mouth, and it's obviously it eats other fish, and literally saw it like swallow a lionfish whole, and I think it kind of like jabbed it with its nose to like stun it or something, and then because the lionfish have like a toxin in some of their protective spines and whatnot that are on a lionfish. And so I'm sure fish, and you know, for the most part, have got to be susceptible to it. But for some reason, this one time, this grouper wasn't, you know, and he just, I mean, he swallowed them just like, real quick. And I had to rewind it because I'm like, did I just see that? What happened to the lionfish? And it was gone. But the good thing was that there, I guess, but, you know, I'm not sure. I mean, if it's a grouper, it's got to be East Coast, I think. I need a little drink there. I think it's East Coast. I'm not 100% sure. But I also saw one with a was it a barracuda? I think it was a barracuda. There were scuba divers that were doing something. Oh, no, they were hunting lionfish. And this barracuda must have been, again, off the coast of Florida. And they went out and they have these special, like, not harpoon, but like spears that are designed. They've got like a tripod thing, and they spear it to kind of kill it. And this guy went and speared one, that was down in sort of a cave area. And then when he pulled it out, the barracuda was right there, and he's like, "Oh, thank you," and he just went and grabbed it and swam off. I'm like, well, that was pretty awesome. I'd rather the other. I mean, it'd be nice if the barracudas would develop, again, if they developed a taste for them as well. Let me go right here. Does it go right here? It goes right there. So, anyway, so watching some videos. Oh, and then the other videos I was watching last night was I found some videos about pizza and the origins of pizza and how they still make pizza, although they call it completely different things over in Italy, the birthplace of pizza. And it was very interesting to watch like how they make stuff, and it made me go, oh, I wish I could like make my own dough, but I haven't quite got there yet. Haven't quite got there yet. Got that right here. Whoops, lost my thingy. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Okay. Getting some of this stuff behind it. I'm just looking, folks. I'm just looking. I'm waiting for Boba Fett to kind of pop out of this thing a little bit more. I'm going to pop out just a little bit more. No, let's see. Has the Renaissance Festival opened yet? I'm surprised my husband hasn't dragged me down there yet. He loves the Renaissance Festival. I'm not sure. I think it has. I'm not 100% sure. Beep beep, says the dog. What's going on here? I don't know. I don't even want to look in the back. The back's probably got a big, huge knot in it. We're just going to finish this up a little bit here. No, I gotta go both sides. Do big, crazy person. Do. Gotta highlight. Talk amongst yourselves. waff, waff. Waff, waff, waff. Alright, so I'm going to change color. I think I'm going to change color. What can I do? What can I do? Can you hear my neck pop? I just made my neck pop. It's probably not very appealing. Oh, I went to the chiropractor this week and finally like did the proper. I kept forgetting to ask him when I was there because I'd always feel better. You know, he'd always adjust and I feel better. And then this time he was like, "All right, stand up, walk around. Is there anything I missed?" And so I got up and I was like, "Oh, I can't really turn my head to the left all the way. Like, I'm not sure if that's a new thing or what." And so he did this. It's basically, it sort of like stretched my neck on both sides, but did it in a way that like elevated the side of my neck and kind of popped everything all up and down my neck. Oh my gosh, it felt so good. It felt good and it needed to be done. And I felt pretty dang good after I got that done. So what am I doing? What am I doing, people? Here we go. All right, 336 is what I'm doing. I'm doing number 336, which is this thing. Let's find it. Baba hoom, baba hoom. All right, so there's definitely some in the middle here. Now, is that what I'm talking about? No. Is it over here? I think it's over here instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waff, waff, waff. When I go back downstairs, she's just, all she's going to want to do is just sit next to me and take a nap. Because she's like, "I need a nap. Where is a human for a lap?" That's kind of what she's saying right now. Now, do I have this right? I believe I do. I believe I do. And then it goes up here. Right here. Right here. This is like all blue. It's so blue. I don't know if the lighting is decent today or not. I've got my lighting all over the place, and like I said, it's not good because of the way that I have to kind of hold the camera and the phone, really. The phone. Second page. Oh shoot, I don't quite see any of this color. Alright, so we're done with this color already. Well, bang, bang. Dang a dang, 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 dang. It's not what I was thinking, but hey. Progress is progress, I suppose. Oh. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo, ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Doobity-doobity-doobity-doobity-doo. Let's see. Well, we can certainly do, if I have the pocket color, 796. Hello, 796. We're going to work on you. Hooray! There we go. Let's see. Oh, I'll pull that first page back here. My allergies have still been kind of acting up on me, but better. Oh, still need to get in the doctor and talk to him about the weird reactions I've been having lately. Had those, where am I? Where am I? What's going on? I need to be able to see a little better. There we go. The puffy face and the swelling under my eyes and whatnot. It came back again like a week ago, I think. I don't know if I told you guys or not. But it came back, and what I did different was I took some Allegra, or the generic Allegra basically, which is a different antihistamine that I've been taking. And it, dang it, if it didn't clear it right up. So it's definitely an allergy. So I'm like, we changed the, and it might have helped, we changed the laundry detergent that I do all my stuff in, and the sheets of the bed, we rewashed them with that stuff. So I haven't had any like weird funky things pop up, which is good because I don't like weird funky things. Funky things are not what I'm shooting for in life at my age, you know. Dogs are getting all riled up. I may have to pause this and, oh. Okay, I paused it to yell at him. I didn't think you guys wanted to hear me yelling at him. Well, Coco's still gonna bark. Coco doesn't listen, so she is her own woman. Dog thing. But she is her own personality. And she is personality. That is for sure. So this is my first Saturday morning at home in almost 2 months. I'm very happy. The last 2 weeks I work Saturday morning. The 2 weeks before that we were gone on our vacation, and then the 2 weeks before that I worked those as well. So I usually do like an every other, and so I just had to do a few extra to kind of catch up. So this is my first one off, and I'm very excited for it. It's perfect. Gotta get stitching done. Shall I even do some website stuff? I don't know. That would be crazy. I've been trying to cut back on everything I've been doing because it really just kind of was taken away from the cross stitch, which is just, you know, I was doing so many different things. And it wasn't all, you know, cross stitch related. It was just, I had a lot of things going on, period. And, oh, my back's starting to bother me. Sitting up in this chair. I'm just getting old, folks. It's okay. And, so, sorry, I'm taking a peek at what else I've got to do here. Okay, so I gotta do all this. So just taken away, so I just need to like resettle. I said life was jarring getting back from vacation, because that was probably the first real vacation where I was actually very relaxed and comfortable and happy, and because of that I ended up coming back and starting back up to work. Everything was so jarring. It's like, oh my gosh, my life is kind of stressful, but that's why I cross stitch, right? Cross stitch is a balm for what stresses you. And if your cross stitch is stressful in any way, then you need to do something different. I'm not saying don't do cross stitch, I'm just saying figure out what needs to be different about the way you're doing your cross stitch so that you don't have stress about it. Because there were times where I had stress about different projects. So when I tried Old World Map 2 the first time, when I tried getting that program off the program, when I tried getting that all that kind of off the ground and working on it, I gotta double check this real quick. Hold on. And I tried doing the blended colors, and that was when I was stitching up in this room I'm in right now. The dogs were able to come up, and okay, I made a little mistake there. I'm not gonna worry about it. And I tried a thread organizer, and then the dog ate it. And so I was like, okay, I've got to do a better job with keeping the dogs away. But that being said, it still was just, you know, I wasn't ready to start that. And I'm glad I stopped and actually started over with just an all-around a better deal. Okay, I can't quite see what I'm doing here. Okay. Woof, 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 woof. Ooh, boy. I got some growly dogs downstairs who think they're all that in a bag of chips. Alright. Do this. Wait a minute. How are there dogs outside? Who opened the door? Okay, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I had to go downstairs. Yeah, the dogs were all outside making a huge ruckus. And it was, Zuzu had opened the door up. If we don't lock that door, she's learned how to slide it open. She would have made a fantastic therapy dog if she had the hips for it. But, because she just wants to be with somebody doing something all the time. But she requires a person for her entertainment, which is difficult. Because, I mean, we're talking entertainment 24/7. So that's where that can kind of be a little difficult to do. So I'm definitely going to work on Boba Fett more after I finish this video here shortly. It needs more work, needs more progress than what it's been getting. I'm definitely missing a few colors here and there. I know I lost some in the P-Gate scandal thing. That definitely happened. But we're going to fix all that today. We're going to get everything organized. Finally, you know, no more excuses. There we go. No more excuses. Fluff, fluff. I'm trying to think of what else is going on. Not a ton. Whoa, mama. Whoa. Let's see. Can I get... I'm just going to come over here and do this part right here because I know where I'm at here. There we go. Off, 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 off. Go down here. There. And then go down here. I'm sorry if you guys can't see this perfectly. I keep forgetting where the camera part is on this, the viewfinder, whatever you want to call it. Woof, woof, woof. Go here. Go. Woof, woof. All right, crazy people. All right. I know it's hard to see Boba Fett totally coming out of this, but it is coming. It is coming, and it will be there. And I hope that I can make a bit more progress done on this weekend, so that it will start to pop, and we'll be able to kind of see more and more. But I'm gonna go downstairs and go ahead and start loading this up, work on this a little bit more, and make sure I got all my floss list ready to go. And we are going to make some progress on some things this weekend. So the next weekly update, we should have quite a bit to show. All my needles that I have up here, I got to take downstairs. But yeah, we should have quite a bit to show in the next weekly update. So I'm hoping that's going to be a good one for you. Happy stitching. Everybody be safe, stay cool. And I will talk to you guys next time.